And hey, good morning, everyone. Gregory and Robin here in Bozeman, and welcome to our Thursday morning business chat. And we love this time to, on Monday we talk product, and Thursday we talk business for about 30 minutes. And the nice thing is every Wednesday morning we have our directors and above call, and we usually get some juicy topics that come out of that. And a couple of them came out of that yesterday that we're going to address today. And
we started, kind of pulling apart the 333, and Gregory's going to talk about the transformation of 333 or the other options.
Yeah. So we're going to actually talk about a 222111. But so two topics. We're going to talk about the 333 and the practical application because it's new to most of us, and we want to make it very doable and teachable. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do, the old saying, the fortune's in the follow-up, and
the friendship.
The fortune and the friendship is in the follow-up. And so Ann Moreau is going to talk to us. She just got back from some warm, sunny time in Florida, some beach time, and boating with Harris on the river. And anyway, Ann has an interesting experience, working with some of her people down there that she wants to share with everyone. So, Ann, I'm going to kind of put you on the spotlight and turn it over to you.
Well, good morning, everyone. And yes, I come back from sunny Florida to come back to this very frigid, cold Maine temperature. But I enjoyed the time. But it was wonderful to sit with, my brand partners and really get some conversation going. And one of the things that really stood out for me was that follow-up seemed to be difficult for a lot of my brand partners. So I wanted to talk this morning about, I kind of brought it up yesterday, that I actually sat with one of my brand partners, and while I was there, and I said to her, let's kind of sit down and let's go into your InTouch app together, and let's look at all of the people you sent videos to, because she told me she had sent a bunch of videos. And I said, let's see who watched them and who did you follow up with. So we went in together and did that, and we found that she had sent a lot of videos, but nobody had watched. And she had not followed up with any of them. So we also reviewed the functionality of that app so that she could have, reminders. She could set the reminders. She could write notes when she needed to. We did all that kind of stuff together. I think that's very important as you're signing on your brand partners, that you sit and go over that. Even if you do it on a Zoom with them, they really need to learn the functions of this. Really, it's our business model. We need this app to help us move forward with what we're doing with our business. But once you send the videos, the work's not done. And that was the conversation that we had together. And so some of the questions that I had for her, and I think that it's important for all of you to sort of reflect on that as well, is to really check in to see why the follow-ups aren't being done. I mean, you really want to figure that out. What is it? I mean, the bottom line is there's something that's blocking you from moving in that direction. And what is that? And will it be that the friends will think you're bugging them? Will it be that they think you're too pushy? Is that why you don't want to follow up? Or maybe you're afraid that you're going to drive your friends away, because that was some of the stuff that came up, over the weekend. Or that you're just not a salesperson, and this feels like too salesy for me. And I remind people all the time that each and every one of us is a salesperson. Did you not, as a 2-year-old, sell to your mother and father what you wanted? Did you not sell to your spouse or your partner what you wanted so that you would, engage in that relationship? So we are, without really intending to be, we are salespersons, if you will. But I don't like to call it sales. I like to call it the sharing and caring part of this business, because if you're going to share a video, then you want to make sure that you care, that you let your people know that you care enough about them to follow up. If you don't care about them, you'll send the video and you won't do anything with it, right? You're just going to let it sit there. But if you really care about that individual, you all know on this call that these patches are simply amazing and they change lives. And if they're changing lives, why would you send a video and not care enough about them to follow up and call them? And I think the other block that I kind of heard this weekend is, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to approach them. And that is truly one of the big, like, what do I say? How do I do this? So, this is what I typically will do. Some of what I do, if I send a video to somebody and they have not watched the video, the very first thing that I'm going to do is follow up, and I send them a text message, because a lot of my people love to text. So I'll send them a text message and I will say to them, hey, I'm guessing you haven't had an opportunity to watch that video. So you're not pushing, you're saying you're guessing. And I've had people come back to me and say, you're guessing right. My schedule has been absolutely insane this week. And so then I'm going to ask, so tell me when you think you can watch this. I had a gentleman, we just had a conversation on Monday, and he said to me, when I followed up with him on Monday, he said, Ann, I have a full week. There is no way that I can even take a few minutes to do this, but I'll tell you what, by the end of the week, I will. So I said, if I follow up with you on Friday, will that work for you? And he said, yes. So you want to get that specific, information from them. You want to set up the time when you're going to follow up that works for them. You're honoring them and their schedule. And that feels pretty caring, doesn't it? To really honor them, to give them the information, to let them know that you will follow up with them. I mean, I've had people say to me, give me a month. So put a reminder. So go in, and if you don't know how to do this, go into your app, put a reminder in your app for that date, so that on that date, it's going to pop up and you'll know to call them back then. So again, honor the people where they are, get permission, ask. When we do that, we're respecting the individual and they really feel cared for. It's all about, loving the person you're talking with. I met with somebody yesterday. I just met her in Florida recently. And I'll tell you what, I don't know her, but I love that woman. She was an amazing woman. And if you look at each of the individual that you're talking to, and I just read a book called, let me think about it now. It'll come to me. Anyway, the book that I just read is all about loving the individual that's in front of you. And if you can do that, they will feel that energy from you, and they will be open to you. They are going to really open up. And I find that happens all the time, that I get this, I'll sit in front of them and I'll just listen with both ears, ask them questions, and they are just going to divulge all this information, and you store that information. It's an important component of this business, and you will send them videos that matter to them. And that is going to be really valuable to that individual, because you heard them and you're sending the right video to the right person who needs to hear it. And we have a lot of tools. Gregory and Robin have done an amazing job. We have all the YouTube clips. We've got David. I mean, this company, I've been in another company before. I have never seen the amount of tools available to us to help us with building our business. It's powerful. Use the tools. And if you're blocked with anything and you're feeling fearful and you don't know what language to use, reach out to your upline. Reach out to people who can share language with you that might be very helpful to you to really move this forward, because your follow-up is going to be the way you're going to build this business. I promise you. So back to you, Robin and Gregory.
And that was fabulous. I hope everyone was taking notes, because there were so many gems in there. And, it is about caring. It really makes a difference. And the way you started saying, we're all selling. We are. Every day we're selling. But people have this thing about that word. But when you think about it from the caring and sharing, and what you said is, no judgment. Gregory likes to talk about being professionally persistent, and
it's a borderline of being a
nudge,
But,
it's like one of the things Gregory taught me was, never end one exposure without setting up the next. And so these videos I'm going to send you are really short. When in the next day or so will you be able to watch this 3-minute video? And then you set a date so you don't have to play the phone tag thing. But you talked about, loving the people in front of you. There's nothing, this is a relationship business. You hear me say that over and over and over again, but it is how we care for people. It is how we honor people, because we know they're interested for a reason. And you said, send them resources that pertain to them after you've asked them a bunch of questions. I know you guys ask, if there was one thing that could be better in your health that would make the biggest difference, what is it? And then you find out that, oh my gosh, they're dealing with systemic inflammation. Well, David just did a program on inflammation, and you send him that video. I actually did that recently with my daughter-in-law, and that's exactly the case. And she called me up, says, help me set up my monthly subscription for X39 and Eon. After she, coming from family doesn't work so well, but coming from David works really well. And, loving people that are in front of you, because, that really is the connection, that is the relationship that we have. And no matter whether they've watched or not, love them anyway. So they, when you get back to them, they don't feel guilty that they haven't watched. But it's fine. I understand we're all busy, but it's 3 minutes. When in the next year or so, maybe you could do it right now when we're on the phone. And so it's just, you said so many wonderful things. And I know Anne is masterful at follow-up, and I know a lot of us are not. I confess I'm one of those. And what you did about going through the app,
That was
I
brilliant.
think that was fabulous. And I'd be really scared to look at what I've done in that regards. Because
And I want to make one comment about that. If you're doing it on a Zoom, when you go to the share screen in Zoom, it's, it asks you if you want to hook it to your phone, and you can plug in one wire here, one wire on your phone, and you can share your iPhone screen or your Android screen, and you can bring up the app on a Zoom share screen, and boom, you can train them, walk them through it. Isn't that cool?
yeah, that, you so beautifully come from that place of caring and no judgment. And people are starved to feel loved and cared for. And that listening piece, when you're asking all those questions, and you said, take notes, figure out a way for you that works. Sometimes I take the notes in their contact. Sometimes I have a separate piece of paper that I have filed alphabetically so I can put my fingers on it when I'm in touch with them next time. Find a system that works for you, because then when you get back in touch, I remember you sharing that you had some challenges with your sleep. Is that still happening? So you did a beautiful job, Anne, and I love learning from you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I see there's a few, Gregory's going to share.
Well, let's see.
Sunshower's hand is up. So you want to have her go first?
Yes.
Sunshower, why don't you unmute and ask your question or share? Uh-oh. I see your lips moving, but I'm not hearing you. Darn. We hate when that happens. Okay, why don't you write it in the chat? And we'll read the chat. Rita says nothing happens without a sale in any company. Yeah, we got to get to the place where they make a purchase. And, I like to use the term, instead of, customer and business builder, I like to say, is this for yourself, or are you going to be sharing? So that way I can understand if they are a customer prospect or a business builder prospect. We always want to do what is best for them. And look what Gregory's just done.
I was just
All right.
practical demonstration. I hooked my phone to the computer, and then in the share screen, I just selected my phone, and you could walk people through all aspects. The problem is you can't click on the computer. You have to then click on the phone, and, and it's a little confusing, but when people see this is an aha, say, oh, this is our sharing library. And people go, oh my gosh, all these videos that are there to be shared, on a moment's notice. And it's also a replacement for Netflix. You can tell people, cancel your Netflix for a while and watch all the videos. Yeah. So
Just
So
to
we
tell
got-
you the name of the book somebody was asking, it's
Good,
called,
go ahead.
it's called Holy Moments by Matthew Kelly. Holy Moments by Matthew Kelly. And the holy moments are when you connect to that individual and you are there to care about them and love them where they are. That's a holy moment, and you're doing something for them. And they connect, heart to heart, right? That's the topic this year with them.
I think it's the topic for the rest of our lives.
But it is the
It's the focus this year
yeah,
with
yeah.
the company. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, let's see.
So Jen, you got your hand up. Would you like to share something?
So Gregory, while she's unmuting, I was just going to say real quick, does that method work on an Android phone as well? Because
I
you've
don't
got
know.
an
You should try
iPhone.
that. I know,
Okay.
I don't
And
know.
you have one end that's a USB port, correct? That you're plugging into your computer?
Yeah, so you have an Android phone, Sunshower? So it works on an Android. So whatever wire it takes to connect your phone to your computer, all, different plugs for different computers. But then you just go into the share screen and boom, there it is. So,
Okay, we're getting a lot of comments in the chat about connecting the phone, and I thought it was magic when he did it. Now I know how.
okay,
Yep.
okay, go ahead, Jen. Nice to see you.
Oh, it's great to see you. I did not have my hand up, but I guess I'm supposed to just edify everything that is
Okay.
happening this morning is just so timely. Follow-ups are challenging. And as I've been doing this cold calling, it's really awesome to hear. I've been home 3 days, and so I've been leveraging my time at home and making lots of calls, connecting with a lot of people that I don't even know. And so the encouragement from Ann and you all to just follow up with them and care with them, and how to connect with them personally when I don't know the person, whether you're cold calling or whether you're just out in the grocery store and you don't know someone, to connect with them on that level and to be following up and not to be a nag. So get past that energy of, oh, this is nagging. No, get in the good energy and then take the action. Even if it's just a minute of deep breathing. I am not a nag. I am loving them. It doesn't have to take a
Beautiful.
month. It just can be a few seconds of just getting into the space of, this is loving, this is kind. I have something that they potentially really need, and I'm going to go in again and say, hey, have another wonderful conversation.
That
So
is
thank
such a
you, thank you,
great-
thank you. The tools are amazing.
That is such a great perspective. It's coming from the heart, and we're doing it, in an act of love and service. It's a mission oriented, not commission oriented.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jen. And the other day I got a call from someone, and I know when I look at caller ID, the only time I hear from this person is when she wants to pitch me on something. And she called me up, and I said, I'm always open to good products. I'm not looking for any opportunities. I'm very happy where I am, doing very well. She talked for 7 minutes and did not listen to anything I had to say. Told me about the comp plan. It's like, I let her go on, and I timed it. The difference between that and calling someone because you care and they can feel the difference. And so connecting with people and truly loving them and caring about them, who wouldn't want that? And I do want to address a few things that showed up. I know.
And we do need to go into the next subject.
Oh,
too.
we have
So,
another subject, but
yes.
Jada asked about what about doing it without technology? Well, even better.
And that's how we started. When we started, there was no technology. There was a phone.
There was a phone, and I called David Jumper. I said, "Where's the getting started training?" He does. There isn't one. He's a top income earner, and so I said, "Okay, we got work to do." I had no tools whatsoever other than the phone and some of the few videos from the company, and so I just connected with people, and from there, look what happened.
So long before we had the InTouch app, we had people blasting through the comp plan to success by patching and phoning. It's like I say, well, I don't say that. I say that InTouch and X39 are a dynamic pair, but if you don't want to use it, the InTouch app, that's quite all right. You still have a phone and you want to connect with people. Hey, I've come across something. You can send them to Live Younger Success and they can watch the videos there. Because that's how we built the business for the first year and a half, almost 2 years, is we didn't have an InTouch app to send videos. We created the Live Younger Success where we have
Live-
four,
No,
excuse me,
liveyounger.com.
liveyounger.com. Okay.
Or liveyounger.cc.
Yeah.
And it has the 3-minute and the 18-minute video, and it has a few business things on it. And it's what we built our business on.
Yeah. So if there's any other pressing questions, we do have another important topic we want to
And
share.
thank you, Anne.
Yeah, that was
You're
wonderful.
masterful at that, and we are so grateful. Yes, everyone's clapping for you.
Okay, so the other juicy topic we had on the director's call yesterday is, sometimes for some people, the 333 is a little intimidating. Brand new person, limited time, single mom with 12 kids, all these different stories, everybody's got their story and it's a little intimidating. And that's a success model. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen just briefly here. And here is our 333 from Live Younger Success. And thank you, Judy Daniel, such a beautiful job on this graphic. But you know what? For some people, and what came out, Dr. Tom, I love what he said. He says, some days I do 111, some days I do 222, but my main focus is 333. I mean, it's not realistic that everybody's going to be able to do 333 every day. And it may not be realistic that somebody can do 333 at all, but this is the pattern of success. Contact somebody, follow up, and invite them to a presentation.
And be consistent.
And be consistent. So if you can get somebody who says, oh, this 333, it's way too much, say, hey, that's okay. We're talking about it, framing it as good, better, best. Good is 111. Just talk to somebody. Better is
Going for,
I'm
going for
you're
the
confusing
success.
everybody's watching this.
I know, but success
Uh,
is not magical.
Yeah. So it's right there.
Okay. It's right in front of me.
Right in front of me. Success tip. So we put it right there. So good is 111, better is 222, and the best, if you can commit 333. If part-time job or you're retired or whatever your case may be, if you can devote the time to commit to 3 a day in each of these 3 aspects, if your daily action plan of contacting, following up, and inviting, think of it that way. Daily action plan, I'm going to contact people, I'm going to follow up with people, I'm going to invite people, and whether it's 111, 222, or 333, I think that makes it more palatable for everyone, but they need to know this is our success pattern. And is that helpful? I'd love any feedback. Rita's got her hand up, so I'm going to go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, yes,
Rita.
yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's it.
That was quick. Okay,
I'll
Tim and
raise my
Helen got
hand
their-
and say how yes, 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 it's wonderful. If you want me
I've
to.
been,
Okay.
I've been on mute. Sorry about that. So
Okay.
I have a sheet. That's my daily ta-da sheet. And it's my inspirations for the day. It's an 8.5 by 11 that I print off, and I have one for every day.
Mhm.
So I have modified that to, at the bottom, I have 3, 3, 3. And that gives me
Nice.
space to put my plan in and cross them off when I've done it. The other thing that I've done is, in all honesty, I haven't done 333 yet, but I'm looking at it as a habit stacking exercise because it's a brand new habit. So I'm getting better. I can go back and see more contacts. So, and I decided I didn't have to do 333. Just like Tom, it's like whatever I do is good.
Mhm.
That's so great. That's so
wonderful.
great. And I hope everyone heard what Rita just said because it slipped through so fast. It's not a to-do sheet, it's a ta-da sheet. And it's not
Ta-da.
inspiration, it's inspiration. That's brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope everyone caught that. Great.
Okay, Helen, Tim, one of
Oh,
you.
hi,
had your-
yeah, it's Helen. Well, I was just thinking, I think it's very important to set a goal that's achievable. Because if you don't achieve it, then you're going to feel like a failure and you might short yourself on doing it again by, not feeling comfortable when you feel like a failure. So I think it's really important to look at what is realistically achievable for you. And I like that habit stacking, Rita. I think that's great. And about when you share, I mean, Robin, had you not shared X39 with me, as one of your best friends, I think I would have had a problem with you. How come you didn't share it with me? Right? So I go from that perspective of, it's not my decision if I should tell someone or not, if I love them. I mean, the only decision I have in my world is that I'm a caring, loving person, and I don't have a right to make someone else's decision. So I will educate them that, for me, this has been the most important thing that I've added to my life that has made me feel amazing. And I have helped so many people as well. And there's other people, thousands of people all over the world. So I can't decide if you want to do this or not. That would be your decision. But if you like the information, I'm happy to send a short video.
Thank you, Helen. I did have to be a little professionally persistent with you.
We won't say why. Remember, it was somebody else. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's okay.
I didn't understand it. I had broken my arm. I didn't understand it, to be honest. Right? I did not understand it. And as soon as I understood it, then I, was hopping in. Yes. Right.
Had to help you. Okay.
You had to. Thank you.
And we're getting near the bottom of the hour. So let's see, we have Heidi next and then Sunshower. We're going to try again and see if we can hear her. Okay, Heidi.
So I have this piece of cardboard from back a year ago tomorrow when I watched Gregory's first presentation with a friend that had introduced this to me. And I still look back at those notes, and I literally looked at those notes just yesterday, and I'm going to cry because I thought everything that Gregory said on that video is consistent with what he is still doing today. And I love that. And I just wanted everyone to know that it is the best to follow Gregory. It is even better to follow Robin. But when you follow them together, shabam, 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 shabam.
Thank you, sweetheart.
How much we owe you for that?
Yeah, really. Some people call us a dynamic duo and some people call us double trouble.
Okay.
Let's see. Sunshower, you want to try again?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Two things very fast. What you said, Robin, that's what I was gonna say earlier about, if the person's on the phone with you right then and you're asking, when would you have a chance to watch it? They may have 3 minutes right then. Say, I get so excited when I watch this 3-minute video. Do you have a chance to watch it with me right now?
Beautiful.
So
No better time
that works. I can tell you. The second thing is, I'm going to promote this. Maybe I should take a photo of it so I don't have to hold it up. It's large. But because of the 3-3-3 challenge, I've been taking it on, and I'm sometimes a 3-2-1 or but even so, I have more people in my pipeline now because of this that I'm continuing to use the calendar that I've created,
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's
Beautiful.
wonderful.
So what you're seeing is the top line. See, there's this faint line here. The top line of people are people that I'm just contacting. And the bottom line is my follow-up. And I have it big on an easel right here. So I can see, okay, instead of it swimming around in our heads, like, who did I say I was going to call, right? Or even a list. Lists don't work. You got to have it big and in front of you. That's me.
That is great.
Thank you so much for that. And you mentioned 3-2-1, which Darlene brought up in the chat. Sometimes it's a day for 3-2-1. You're not going to get to all of them but just kind of pay attention to notice, where is your strength and where are those things that need to be strengthened so that you're consistent. And sometimes that's the case. So
We
great.
actually thought about renaming it the contact follow-up invite, but that's a little cumbersome, 333, everybody can remember that. But it's really about the act steps. It's contacting people on a daily basis, following up and inviting.
The chat today is very active, you guys. I hope you're watching. Oh my gosh. Thank you, everybody. So any more hands up? Good points. Everyone has to develop the structure. Years ago, and this was really enlightening for me. I worked with this man named Michael Gerber. He wrote a book called The E-Myth. I don't know if anyone knows that, The Entrepreneurial Myth, Why Most Small Businesses Fail. And he taught me that structure creates freedom. And so did Stephen Covey. And when I started planning my week and giving myself structure, because I'm not naturally a structured person, my life transformed. So whatever it is that works for you to create the structure, whether it's your to-do list, your inspirations, your 3-2-1, your calendar, find, whether it's technical or non-technical, what is it that's going to work for you? A notebook. I'm a spiral binder kind of gal and a 3-ring binder kind of gal. Some people do everything technologically. Figure out what system and structure is going to give you the consistency that's going to make the difference.
And I see in the chat, some people are asking some health related questions that we don't address those on Thursdays. That could be addressed in Live Younger Facebook, where you could get some community interaction, or on our Monday morning call or Tuesday evening call for health related or product related. We try and keep this call focused on business building tips. So we're a little past the bottom of the hour, and we try and keep this call around 30 minutes because everybody's got busy lives, and we got to go do our 111-333-222-321. We just got to get into action. So God bless y'all. Inspiration. I love that.
Thank you, Rita.
So
we love learning from you guys.
If you'd like to unmute yourself and say goodbye, we'll talk to you on one of the upcoming. And wasn't David's LifeWave Connect yesterday on heart health fabulous?
Fabulous.
If you didn't get
Fabulous.
Heartwarming in every
Amazing.
way.
Wonderful.
Amazing.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Great discussion as usual. Bye-bye.
Fabulous call.
Love you on my 1-year anniversary tomorrow.
Happy anniversary.
Wherever you go, there you are. Say bye.
I was wondering where I was.
Bye, Jim.
Thank you.
Okay, bye
Great day.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank